I'll find valid in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky.
Hello friends, and welcome to my January wrap-up where I tell you what I read in January and the star ratings that I chose to give them. In the month of January, I only read 4 books, but they were all 4 or 5 stars, so I loved everything I read, which is honestly the most important part, I think, of reading, of course. So, plus 2 of them were massive tomes by Sanderson. So yeah, and the order I read them is the order I'm just gonna throw them out there. So the first book I completed in the month of January was Words of Radiance by Sanderson, and I gave that book 4 out of 5 stars. I listened to the audio. I prefer to listen to his bigger books because it just feels less intimidating. So I listened to it on Audible, and it is the second book in the Stormlight Archive series. So I can't really like go into it too much because there are spoilers, of course, and if you want to read the series, I don't want to ruin it for you. I will say there was one part that honestly devastated me. It made me so freaking sad, but I love his world building, and the way he builds characters up is just phenomenal. Like, yes, it's like an 800 and some odd page book, but I enjoy like every moment of reading his books. And the second book I read, which is also by Sanderson, is The Well of Ascension, and I gave this book also 4 out of 5 stars. If I had to pick between the two, I don't know. I really love this book too. It's also number 2 in the Mistborn series, and everyone says you should start with his Mistborn series. It's like the easiest if you're intimidated by high fantasy. But so I do like the love story in this one better a little bit. So this one follows Vin, who is an allomancer, which means she can use metals and use them to her advantage. So like if there's iron over there, if she has iron in her, she can use it to pull herself, or I think it's push, something like that. But they manipulate metals basically. They defeated the king ruler, and now drama is ensuing basically. So this just continues on with that, and the ending in this book was crazy. It did leave me wanting to pick up the next one soon. And I kind of think I might want to do like one Sanderson every month of this year, and because I have a lot of books of his that I need to pick up. Like obviously I'm in the middle of 2 series, so I guess I just don't know which series I should continue with. But anyways, love this one as well, 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read / listened to was Illuminae by Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This book got 5 out of 5 stars for me. It's incredible. It's sci-fi fantasy, which I know isn't for everyone, especially because this one is out in space, and it's a very futuristic world where they're being hunted by these enemies basically, and their AI is gaining its own intelligence, and it's really fascinating. But literally the last sentence of this book had me like, what? Oh my gosh. So I actually have the second one, which I am picking up not this week but next week. I have it in physical form. I want to try both because these books are written in mixed media format, so they have like letters, articles, script format, you know, instant messaging and stuff like that. So I think I'll like both. I do kind of like hearing it read to me, but I'm gonna give Gemina the physical copy a try. It's big though, like it's almost intimidating, but when you look at it, there's like photos and like scripts and stuff like that. So definitely recommend that series to anyone. Even if you don't think you like sci-fi, you might enjoy that one. The last book I read in January, well, finished. I started a book in January that I'm still working on, but is Starfish by Akimi Bowman. And if you've seen my Instagram or any of my other video having to do with this, you'll know I love this book. I literally loved it so much. It struck a nerve with me. I'm not Asian. This book follows a Japanese American, but with my son being part Asian and my husband, it definitely struck a nerve with me. So it's so beautifully written, like the words and the dialogue and the main character's thought process. Akimi Bowman just literally has a way with words. So It is following a teenager named Kiko, and she's basically coming into her own. She has a very toxic family dynamic in her life, and she still wants to have that love and that connection, even though it's not being given to her the way she needs it. She wants to be an artist, and her family doesn't support her. Well, her mother really doesn't support her, and everyone's like, just forget it, just do what you want to do. And she's like, no. She also has severe social anxiety, and of course at her age a lot of kids are into going to parties and like hanging out, and she pretty much just likes to hang out with just two of her friends. Kiko, I think I said Akimi earlier, but Kiko is the main character, not Akimi. Akimi is the author, my bad. So Kiko does meet up with a friend she had in her earlier childhood days, and you follow that arc, and it's honestly just beautiful. You find yourself rooting for the main character and just wanting the best for her, and wanting to throttle some other characters. And there was even a twist in this contemporary that I did not see coming, and I don't know if you gathered by me ranting and raving, but this book is incredible and I recommend it to everyone. So that is it for January. I know it's not a lot, like I said, but I enjoyed everything I read, and 3 out of the 4 books were huge. Like this Well of Ascension was over 700. Words of Radiance was over 800, and Illuminae is huge too. I did listen to it, but it was like 14 hours or something on audio. So anyways, I enjoyed January, and I hope you guys did too. If you have any thoughts on these books, let them know. Let me or anyone else who sees them know in the comments. It's just really fun to talk about books that we all love. That's part of the reason I'm on BookTube. And let me know how many books you got done in January and if they were worth your time or not. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys have a great reading in February, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find that